All right, welcome back and welcome to episode 171 of those Millennials podcast. Today I'm your humble, grateful, extremely thankful host, Kev the Classic. I'm here with my nearest and dearest, my boys and friends in real life. Rell's here. Rell, how you doing? How's your mental health? How's your pockets?
Pockets is good. And what's Gucci, man?
I don't even know how to you fucking answer the question. I don't even know how to respond anymore. Um wow. Welcome back, you guys. We're sorry we took a little hiatus. Technically we really last week was planned hiatus. But
I mean, I see podcasts off for 8 weeks. I mean, I know we can't really afford that because bills is due. But at the same
right.
time, life gonna happen for us.
Life is life. Life happens. But I will tell this behind the curtain. Last week, so not last week, the week before, a podcast was recorded and the cloud took it away from us. So, which made me and the other people that was on that podcast very upset, which was completely understandable. But everybody deserves mental health breaks. Thank you guys for all the nice DMs that said where you guys were in the those millennials account. We appreciate that. Thank you. Um, we're recording this on a Thursday night. Obviously, as you can see, Rell has Thursday night football behind him. The Eagles are currently beating the Vikings. But yeah, back to what I was gonna say. Thank you guys for listening. We appreciate you. Don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. Helps the pod grow. It's a two-man weave. Me and Rell today. No Jesse. No Clips. Clips. I know you're listening. You're an official member of those millennials. You're not even a
It's
guest
like
no
we
more.
keep trying to bait you to get into the
Yeah,
NWO.
we just made you. You might as well just come on, dog.
We just like leaving shirts around. Like, hey, what's that?
Leaving clues. But yeah, so a lot has happened. Obviously, we won't be able to touch on all of it. Shit, by the episode we recorded we still had hope Team USA was gonna win the FIFA World Cup. We were gonna
What a
talk about
disappointment.
that. We're gonna touch on the WNBA playoffs, as you can see behind me, what just started. We're gonna talk about the
Also
VMAs.
known as the Liberty Invitational.
Oh my god. But first, as we always do, we're gonna get to Rell's picks, and we're gonna talk a little NFL. Obviously, last week the NFL season started. Um, our fantasy football, or those millennials fantasy football season started. Rell, you're one to know as well, right? You're one to know. I'm one to know.
I
I
don't know how
don't know
that
what
happened.
Jesse and Clips are because
Clips
I
has the
don't,
worst team.
damn.
I didn't see it. The app said it. He scored the lowest points out of everybody this week.
Clips, Clips. You gotta nah. You can't talk about my man like that while he's not here, dog. That's crazy. Anyway, but yeah, Rell's gonna get to his picks. As for you, those you don't know, Rell's picks is sponsored by Circuit City. I'm just playing. Um,
Let's say Circuit City don't even exist.
that's the point. That was the joke. How you let the joke
No.
just go over your head like that? Come on,
I thought you
man.
came up with a sponsor, nigga. Hey, I just show up to work, bro. I treat those millennials how I treat my real job. I just show up to work.
I know. Tell me about it. Good. So
Man,
yeah,
what's that
Rel,
supposed to
tell
mean?
your picks. Well, you got a three teamer, you got a five banger. I'm trying to get Rel to
I
do some
mean,
five parlays, but he said he got a three-team banger for us.
it just depends on how you gamble. But I just want to start off with the week one recap. So just to give you little things that I look at. Unders went 12-4 this past weekend. That's 75% rate. So so you look at that right now. Offenses are bad. They're it's not gonna last long. So just if you like unders, over unders, look at unders. Unders went 12-4 this past weekend. As I said, like 75%. See what the road favorites went 12-4 versus the spread. Home dogs went 1-4 versus the spread this week. So these are just like I said, these are just things that I take a look at when I'm breaking down my bets and what I'm looking at. But for this week, I got 3 NFL bets and 2 college bets if you want to hit college. So if I'm gonna go with college first, I got like the Washington Huskies minus 16.5 versus Michigan State. Michigan State just lost their coach to some sexual allegations, and they fired him mid-season. They literally just suspended him mid-season.
Thoughts and prayers.
Uh, Washington is probably one of the best teams in the Pac-12. Hit that. I like Washington Huskies to cover that 16.5. Also, the Tennessee Vols
Washington
at
Huskies have a football team? I'm just gonna keep going.
yeah.
That's a joke. I'm joking.
Tennessee Vols at Florida -6.5. This is what I call a rat line. This is probably gonna be the one that fucks you because this game could go either way, but I'm going with the Vols -6.5. So those are my two college picks. And if I go with three NFL picks, I'm going with the Bears +3 at the Buccaneers. I don't trust the Buccaneers to win back-to-back weeks. I like the Bears this week. Justin Fields is going to have a great game. He's going to bounce back. I really like the Bears this week. I like the Packers -1. Desmond Ridder is terrible. He is terrible. He
That's
is not
one
a
of the
good
ones I
quarterback.
have.
He is
I
not a
think
good
the
quarterback at
Packers
all.
thing was kind of fluky, but keep going. Sorry.
And the last pick I have is Seattle +6. They got shellacked in a surprise L first the Rams last week. The Lions are coming off a high. 6 is just a lot of points in football. So when I talk to this dude who tells me how to bet, he tells me that the home team gets 1.5 points. I don't like it used to be 3. So 3 used to be pick 'em. If you see a spread at 3, it's no longer pick 'em. For so this it should be 1 or pick 'em damn near, he said, because the home team's only getting 1.5 points. So 6 is a lot to me in terms of football, you know what I'm saying? So you can cover if it's a field goal game or ugly game. I just like Seattle +6. So let me run it back for you one last time if you want to hit it. Washington Huskies -16.5. Tennessee Vols -6.5 versus Florida. And then I got Bears +3, Packers -1, Seattle +6. But I also got my guarantee lock of the week, Cowboys -9 over the New York Jets. They're the best team in football, and don't let anybody else tell you otherwise.
RIP. Sorry. Condolences to Jets fans. Condolences.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, wow. And Cowboys get to go 2-0. Congratulations, Rell. Woo! Riding high. Thank you, Rell. Rell's Picks was sponsored by Circuit City, where you can get all your appliance needs at Circuit City. Use our code those on Circuit City. I'm just playing. Thank you, Rell. All right. So now we're gonna get to our not list, which is I tried to shorten it, but I do have a lot, and I don't think I'll get to all of them. But I will try my best. But so for those who are new here, the not list is compiled of a list of stuff that I've compiled through the week of events, technology, cars, anything that I've compiled that I kind of want to talk about, breeze on, and kind of talk about. So we're gonna start with number 1. This is the biggest one that's happened out here in Las Vegas that it's not getting a lot of burn everywhere else. So over the weekend, if you've been sleeping under a rock, Las Vegas, not just Las Vegas, but MGM Resorts,
All MGM properties.
Huh?
All MGM properties across the world.
Yeah, I know. MGM Resort Company, which is all MGM properties, which I'll go over the list of all the MGM properties in a minute. I'm doing this off the dome too. I don't even have paperwork in front of me. Was hacked on, I think it happened September 10th, but I think it officially went live on September 11th, which it's kind of strange. So yeah, this cyber attack is by this group called Black Cat, and Black Cat is you. So what they're doing is holding MGM for ransom. So what has happened with the cyber attack is not only is games in the casinos aren't working, but the entire system's down. You can't check into casinos electronically. You can't go into doors. So if you have your door doesn't work for your room. This is the worst thing that's happened with the cyber attack that I don't think was been talked about. MGM employees weren't allowed to get paid this week because of this. This is the worst thing that's happened. And I know
I know MGM employee. I know,
Huh?
and she tells me I know MG employee. She tells
I
me
was
she's
about
not
to
getting
say
paid.
I myself, and for those who know, I'm Monday through Friday. I'm a delivery driver, and I deliver on the Strip. I deliver to the Luxor, which is an MGM property. Now Luxor, MGM properties in themselves, when you go to deliver at these properties at the loading docks, these are one of the most sophisticated loading docks. They come in, they check you in, they have their nice little tablet, they see what product you got in, they go over and you get out of there, right? No tablet. They literally had a clipboard. And Rell, I mean, you know this from the work we do. I had over 60 different type of fittings, all different shapes and size, elbows, females, males, and they looked over my stuff and they said, "Do you know this product?" And I said no, and they just signed me out and going because it was like I can't go over all this stuff. So yeah, and then he was the one who told me that like they can't even they're expected not to even get paid because of what's going on. On the bright side, all parking at these MGM properties is free. Uh, I'm sorry. People not getting paid is kind of fucked up, and still expecting them to come in is kind of fucked up.
That's
So
still
all
good
MGM
money.
properties that are affected by this, the
Yeah, when you live
Bellagio,
in check to check, it's fucked up.
yeah, the Bellagio, MGM Grand, obviously, Aria, the Luxor, New York, Mandalay Bay, Excalibur, Park MGM, the Signature, which nobody really knows the Signature like that. Nomad, and Vidara. These are all the casinos that's been affected. So this cyber group, Black Cat, is off. They want $15 million from the MGM grant, and they refuse to pay it. So, which we didn't know. I didn't know this a couple months ago. This same cyber attack happened to Caesars, but I'm not sure if it was the same cyber company. I'm not sure if it was Black Cat, but the same thing happened to them as well. Um, and they paid the ransom money. The Black Cat was holding their systems for $30 million, and I believe I read that Caesars gave them 15, and everything went operational. Everything was good. There was no stoppage in work or anything. They gave them back their system, but MGM wanted to play hardball and said, "Fuck you, we're not gonna pay you." And their systems has been down for the last 6 days, which again I saw today, and I think these stats are right. They're losing $13 million a day, and that's every casino is losing $13 million a day. So, Rell, would you if you were the head of MGM Resort, would you have paid the money?
Not my money, but yeah, I mean, it's all the resorts. I mean, and I mean, I explain how. Let me go. So, there's multiple different sporting books out here. As you know, I like to get down. So after I get off work on like Tuesdays, I like to go collect. So Tuesday, I went over to a couple MGM properties to go collect from the books. And bro, when I say it was like prehistoric days, it also makes me let you know if Wi-Fi went down, we'd really be fucked
Fuck.
because they were. I mean, because I tried to cash out I had bad reception, so I couldn't really log in. They had to write down my sport code and then go and get the money and then sign off. It's just insane what's going on in Vegas right now. And then the lines, the check-in lines, if you have like a lot of people, so living out here, like I always think about just more so California people driving into Vegas, not necessarily the amount of people that fly into Vegas every fucking weekend, so the lines are already loaded, even on Tuesdays, if it's during football season, the lines are already loaded. But just to see the amount of people like backed up that fly in, like, damn, I flew in and the lines are DMV lines
And
just to
nobody
check
knows
into your
about what's going
hotel.
on. You just come in and you don't know what's going on out here in Vegas.
And you don't know what's going on if you haven't, because honestly, if you're not on dark Twitter, you really don't really know that. Like, because the news isn't really covering this. Like, this is huge. Like the fact that they can't even check you in because they're hacked. They can't even. They have to make sure your stuff is secure. And the fact that the MGM
They're
has
walking
lost.
around with clipboard.
So
Does anybody remember? You remember in Home Alone when Kevin got used his dad's credit card and he had to use and the lady used the machine where it went like this. It went to check in the credit card. You remember that? It's
yeah,
like a little. It's like the old school. I don't know what it's called, but it's basically like a stamp. Like you put your credit card in, and they go over it once, and they go over it twice, and it stamps the person's credit cards, and it's basically manual input. I heard there was a lot of that going on at these MGM properties for people that was checking in and shit. But yeah, man, it's bad. Be I've heard, since Sunday, I've heard some of the systems have come back on, but it's not all the way back. Um, as far as I know, some of the slot machines are still down. Um, they've gotten some hold of their system, and they're still trying to figure out how this happened. So this is a big deal out here in Vegas, and it's happened Sunday. So thoughts and prayers to all those MGM employees that still had to go to work, who know they most likely won't be able to see a check tomorrow. That sucks. I couldn't imagine. And probably couldn't be me.
Here's what I found.
Whoa. Thanks a lot, sir. All right, number 2 on the not list. Let's just go ahead and get to it, Rell. The VMAs happened. I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before. For those who are new here, Rell makes it a big point to tell us that he does not watch any award shows. I necessarily, I'm gonna be honest, I don't necessarily watch them either, but I did take some notes and kind of watch the award show to a certain extent. Obviously, I watched the performances of the VMAs. So, Rell, before I say my thoughts, I want you to start. What did you standouts for you? What did you see from the stuff that you saw in the VMAs, or if you saw anything at all from the VMAs?
I just saw whatever Instagram posted. So I'm not gonna watch any of these award shows because they waste our time. They play with our music. But what really pissed me off is that
Rell's back.
Nikki will show up for MTV Awards. Nikki shows up for the MTV Awards.
She wins an award.
Like I don't know. It seems like people show up for the MTV. I don't just seem like people show up for the MTV Awards, but for the BT Awards, everybody get such and such can't be here tonight. So I don't know. I don't give a fuck about those awards. I really don't care about Taylor Swift and her dancing. I don't give a fuck about any of it. Like I just thought it was MTV has been dog shit. So I don't even know why they still put out the VMA Awards as if their opinion on music matters. I think Complex should probably put out awards before MTV does, because MTV doesn't even put out music videos. MTV doesn't talk about music. And I don't even know why MTV has VMAs. Like, it doesn't make sense to me why they still produce VMAs when you don't even where is this being shown? Where's the content that MTV puts out that I can watch that talks about music, that I can give a fuck about their opinion on music or why they should even be considered?
Podcasts. They have audio stuff. They have podcasts. So they have their other outlets. They're trying to figure out this new media space, and just like how everybody else is trying to do it, man. They're trying to figure out. I don't feel exactly how Rell feels, but I kind of get his sentiment to the extent. But I will say for me, standouts for the VMAs is one. I mean, to me, the biggest thing that happened of the night was NSYNC coming back together, and now there's whispers not only of a project that I think they confirmed today that they have a song coming out. I don't know if it's tomorrow or next week, but it's supposed to be relatively soon.
Who, SZA and Drake?
No, NSYNC. Why do you get mad? So I think that's fly. I would love to see them on tour, even though I think that'd be dope. I mean, the way that the VMA crowd responded when they was all on stage together was really dope. The way Taylor responded.
You would have thought the Jacksons went out there the way I was like, damn, I knew Justin and JC was cool, but everybody else is kind of like your talent was on the fringe, bro. Like, it was gonna be this or the Idol for you. So I mean, I don't know. I really don't care for.
I don't agree with anything
you can do 6 nights in Vegas because you can sell out the Palms, bro. Cool. Go over to the Palms and do a little NSYNC show, bro.
They will sell
You're
out.
Not getting Allegiant.
They will sell out arenas. Stop playing with them.
You would not get T-Mobile. They will not get T-Mobile. They're not big enough to get T-Mobile.
Of disrespect. They will sell out Allegiant Stadium. Get out of here.
You're out of your fucking mind if
you're out of your fucking mind. You don't understand.
No, you're out of your fucking mind if you think they'll sell out Allegiant Stadium. You know how big that shit? They're not stadium. Beyonce, Taylor, and that's it.
Ed Sheeran just sold out Allegiant Stadium, and he didn't even perform last week, and everybody was mad at him.
I didn't even know Ed Sheeran was that big.
And then so you don't know Ed Sheeran's that big, so you think you have a microcosm of how big NSYNC is.
I don't live in the UK.
Then why are you saying they won't sell it out if you just said that you don't know how, you don't have an idea of how it is?
Ed Sheeran. Who really gives a fuck about NSYNC at this point? Is Bye going to sell out Allegiant? Bye going to sell an Allegiant?
The level of disrespect. Anyway.
No, but
again,
hold on. Here's the trick though. They put in sync, but you really know what it is. It's just a Justin Timberlake show. And sync on probably has like 4 or 5 albums. Justin Timberlake can sell out the Rose Bowl by himself.
Sure.
So it's really just a Justin Timberlake show. It's not in sync because in sync don't have enough jams. Not. You're not gonna be grooving in the Legion like it's Beyonce in there. It's different.
You have never been so wrong on this podcast.
I don't believe NSYNC is big enough.
You just said a minute ago you don't have a feel for this, but you're speaking on this like you have a feel for this. Do you realize that?
That's for Ed Sheeran because I don't live in the UK, bro.
That's not Ed Sheeran has a big following and a big fan base out here as well. It's not just the UK. Why are you treating Ed Sheeran like he's? I don't know. I don't even want to say Burna Boy because Burna Boy got a big following out here as well.
But he's going to Burna Boy going to sell
like he's shit. I can't even say J Balvin because J Balvin got a big following out here too.
Anyway. That's different.
Anyway, you've never been so wrong on anything. Anyway, that was one of the big standouts for me that I saw. I will say this, and this is just me being as a person that now is, somewhat of a content creator, not just pay attention to productions and stuff. How it was, the amount of times the camera crew went to just Taylor and Ice Spice sitting next to each other between every performance and every speech, it was a little too much. It was a little too much. It was a lot. But I get it. I understand it. It makes sense. Rell already speaked on Nicki Minaj. I don't have much to add to that. This is what I do have these two things to add. And this artist, I don't even listen to this artist's music that much, but I want to say this because this person is really polarizing, especially right now with her new song "Demons." But
I was just about to talk
about
Doja
Cat. I don't listen to her music like that. I'm being 100% honest. She is so fucking talented. Like it's like it makes me want to be a fan of listening to her music. She is so talented.
I want to do all that.
Rapping,
I don't want to do all that.
The dancing, the choreography, you could tell she has passion. You see there's thought behind everything that she does. I know she said fuck the fans and everybody's a lot of people, she lost a lot of followers off of that, and I know a lot of people.
She also said she wasn't black.
And I know a lot of people was mad off of that. But she does pop as well. So like that's another genre that I don't super duper listen to. But just seeing what she like, watching her VH1, her VMA performance, I could not look away, because I just thought that she's really, really fucking talented. Like her breath control, her presence, and I'm not even a fan of her like that. I just think she has a total package. I just think Doja Cat's hard.
Let me add something. It's funny you mentioned her because it's really funny you mentioned her because I was gonna bring her up today because I didn't know she did that song. She had that was her song Paint the Town Red.
Yep.
And I always heard that hook for the longest, but the song I guess just came out. That song is incredible. Like that beat is fuck. Like I just play the beat. I just like that beat. I'll just literally just play that beat by itself. And I was like, fuck, man. But then I looked at like all this demonic shit that she does. I don't like that. Like, it's like I'm at a different space in my life where it's like
demons is no. You just have to
flushing demons. I don't like playing with demons. I see enough devils at night myself. So I don't want to talk about anybody else playing with demons and devils and shit. Because she plays with that shit too much. But as far as the song goes and the talent goes, it's crazy you just mentioned this, but I just think that now
she's so talented.
I didn't want to get it because of all the shit that she says and all the shit that she stands for, but like that Paint the Town Red song, it hooked me, and not even just that. Like I didn't even see the performance. I saw clips of the performance, but just recently, just everything that's been leading up to that. And like I said, I didn't even know that was her fucking song. I just thought like it was just a TikTok thing that they came out with, and then and it was on my they played it recently, and I heard it. And I was like, that's Doja Cat. And I was like, oh shit. And then I just liked that song. And I was like, fuck, man. Like, then I got mad at myself. Like, fuck, man, you like this fucking song. You've been at these fucking pool parties, they been playing this shit. You down, nigga, you like this fucking song. But now I just gotta come on and say her. And I'll be honest with you, Sexy Red as well. You know, I used to get mad at
You
Ratchet
did
Rap.
say that.
Like I used to come out and be like, you know what? Like, you know, I used to shit on like if it wasn't like the truest form of hip hop, the Busy Bee, you know, and all them could fuck with like, no, like no, there is a lane for Ratchet Rap, and I fuck with Sexy Red and the Ratchet Rap. I like it all, you know, because you know, I realized I went out for my birthday and they hit the ski and when I say it was back in the it felt like I had a what I
I don't
had.
know if you was you on the episode when I said "Ski" was the song of the summer when we was talking about the song of the summer. I said "Ski" was the song of the summer.
I think I
Somebody, I don't
brought
know if it was you or somebody laughed at me. I said it's probably "Ski" the song of the summer.
I
I
said
asked.
ski.
I know Clips was on that episode, and I was like, "What's the song of the summer?" And he was like, "I think he said the Burna Boy track, which is I think was one of them as well."
I said Sexy Red.
I think it's the "Ski" track. I think it's 100% the "Ski" track.
Now that Doja Cat's out, it's not. That
I
this
mean,
Painted Town Red is it.
summer,
Painted Town Red no Painted Town Red came out in August. That's summer still. June,
bro,
July, August.
bro. I'm gonna tell you right now, "Ski." It's over. The song's been crowned for song summer. There's no need to compete. It's over.
I'm just saying Painted Town Red is song of the summer because it came out in August.
Okay,
That's still summer.
bro. I know when you like something, you like to stand behind it and be like, "This is."
I fuck with Sexy Red. I'm just no, but the song of the summer is Painted Town Red because it came out August 6th. That's still summer.
I got you, but I disagree.
He had a chance to bubble for months. That's why you like it so much.
No, I'm just.
Painted Town Red is the better
I
song.
never even heard the whole "Ski" song. I probably still haven't heard the whole "Ski" song. Anyway, what else? I have something else about the VMAs. Oh, okay. All right, so now it's time for us to talk about. We're still on number 2, which is crazy, but these are long, not list stuff, and then we'll get to our other stuff. Rell and I early in the week we talked about this certain song that we were gonna kill, and they did a performance during the VMAs. I'm talking about Bongos, Rell. So I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna give you my honest opinion. So early in the week when it dropped last Friday, I killed it. I hated it. I was like, I don't see the vision. Now the video, the video is incredible. I didn't even hear music.
Ass popping.
I didn't even hear music. That's how good the video is.
Let me give you a summary. Let me give you a summary of the video. I didn't even ass popping.
I didn't even hear music. That's how good the video is. Cardi and Meg look great. Both of them look great in the video. Now, and I remember calling you and I talked to you and I was like, "Yo, we're gonna talk about Bongos and trash and talk about how bad it was." For a multitude of reasons. Now I sit here on Thursday and I've consumed and I've listened to the song more and I don't hate it as much. Can I tell you why? I know you're gonna kill it, but let me tell you why. The problem, to me, one, I think Bongos would have benefited if it came out earlier. And I think it's a summer song that came out after Labor Day, but it might have been pushed back because of the Tory trial with Meg. So I don't know. That's just me guessing and speculating. Also, I think we're doing it a disservice because we compare Bongos to WAP, which in my mind is not fair because WAP is just the most X-rated rap, song that we've heard in a long time. And I think if we're gonna compare Bongos to WAP, it just does it a disservice. But I do think the only problem now that when I listen to Bongos is that it doesn't have a hook. But that's just me. Me being one of those dudes that like hooks and stuff. But yeah, I've now that I've listened to it more, I've grown to like it. I still don't think it's better than WAP, but I've grown to. I think the song is gonna work. I think Meg and Cardi. Like Cardi's team is gonna they're gonna make this song work. They're gonna push this song. It's gonna be everywhere, and it's going to work for whatever Cardi has going on in the fourth quarter as far as an album or whatever. So yeah, go ahead, Rell.
Just not a fan of the song. Wasn't a fan of the performance either. The little clips I saw of it, but I don't know what Cardi's doing at this point of her career anyway. So
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's. I just think that it's standing next to WAP is just doing it a
they both
disservice.
make competitive
I
music.
feel like
And
if
it's
they would
getting
have flipped
annoying.
it, and if Bongos would have came out and then WAP would have came out, it would have been looked at differently. But we compare it to WAP, and it's just not the same thing. So I do think this is a good way for Meg to step out with her first time releasing music since the Tory trial too. And it's in a collab way with Cardi, so I think that's pretty cool. I think that's it. All I have for VMAs. I think that's all I have for VMAs. Okay. All right. Number 3 on the not list. Let me make sure. Cancellation. So platforms has been a big topic on this podcast. Streaming platforms, rather on this podcast for a very long time. I've questioned and asked everybody on here, like, what's your favorite streaming service? When you just sit down from a long day, what's your first streaming service you go to? Which one do you not have? Which one you can go without? So today they came out with some statistics about streaming services and cancellations for streaming services. I thought this would be interesting to talk about because we talk about streaming services so much on here. So the number one streaming service that gets canceled the most. Do you want to take a guess before I tell you? What's the streaming
Netflix?
service that gets canceled the most in North America? You want to take a
Netflix?
swing?
Netflix?
No. Surprisingly, that would have been my guess if I didn't know the stats.
That's my guess.
Okay. So to me, this is the best streaming services. To me, that's why this one kind of hurts. Formerly known as HBO Go or Max. Max is the number one that gets.
I can see why. Because
Max is the
shows are
one.
selective. It's
Um,
for nerds.
they have the best docs and they have the best shows.
They
Their
have the best.
libraries
I like DC
and Max
anime. I
just
like.
and Max just bought Discovery because remember Discovery had their own app and then they lost the streaming wars and
I
Max
feel
bought
you,
everything from Discovery.
but HBO Max they're based off their shows. People know HBO. They think of Game of Thrones. They think of The Wire. And if one of those shows aren't popping like that, or if they don't have a show like that, people aren't subscribing to that show.
What
And people
was the
aren't
name of
using
the
that
show that
app.
you was watching? You've been trying to give me. What's the show that everybody was on?
I like Winning Time.
No, what's the other show that everybody?
Succession. It just ended though.
That's what I'm saying. But the catalog is still there. That's I think
But here's the thing though. They peak at these shows that come out every 2 or 3 years. You know, in between then they put out medium stuff, okay stuff. Like the next time we're going to really hear from, they're going to get a real big spike in 24. Wonder why? House of Dragons coming back.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know. So, but this is how they play it though. This is how they play it. So I just.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting. So second place with the second most cancellation is Disney Plus, which I can understand if you don't have kids or whatever. Third is Paramount Plus. Fourth is Hulu. Fifth is Netflix. Sixth is Peacock. Seventh is Prime Video, and very last is Apple Music, Apple TV, I should say. So yeah, I thought that was very interesting. It's crazy to me. Like for me, it's literally flipped on like the streaming service I use. I use Max the most. Disney probably the second because of the Ahsoka series and everything that happens with Star Wars / Avengers / I have a daughter obviously, so Disney gets used a lot in the house. I don't use Paramount. Hulu and Netflix and Peacock I definitely use. But yeah, I thought that was interesting. Number 4 on the not list. I don't want to talk about Kevin Porter. But that was on the not list initially. Number 4 on the not list. Rell, how do you feel about when there's this woman, I forgot where she is. She breastfeeds her husband.
I don't want to talk about that nasty shit. I don't know why people have sexual innuendos like that, but it just doesn't make sense. But
It's
it's
not a
just a
sexual innuendo.
sexual. I mean, it's
You
a
want to hear the
sexual
reason why?
fantasy
You
for the men. Why?
want to hear the reason why? Okay. Um. So, and correct me if I'm wrong, ladies, because I'm no expert in this either. But I'm just, I as somebody who's recently done this, dealt with this, I should say. Um. When a woman is breastfeeding and they get full and they don't apparently. So let me just say it this way. So this woman was breastfeeding. She doesn't like the pumps. She doesn't like pumping necessarily. And when you need to pump, your nipples get hard. So apparently in 2017, her nipples got hard and she didn't want to use the pump, and her husband, you know, relieved her. And then they just started doing it. And now she says it's a bonding thing between them. And the guy,
So some
talks about.
sexual.
I didn't say that. He, it's just they don't find it weird. And honestly, if I'm really like, again, if I turn my societal brain off, I don't really super duper think it's that weird either. I wouldn't do it at all. But
I'm not putting it on the gram.
I don't think it's that weird. But the internet went crazy. Called him and her all kind of names. But as I thought about it more, I was just like, teach his own. I wouldn't do it, but teach his own. But yeah. And then this one, I mean, number 5 on the now list. This one hurts my. Well, it doesn't hurt my heart because they shouldn't have done this. But Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis obviously were getting rang through the mud because their former cast partner Danny Masterson, got 30 years in prison for uh, child rape. And Ashton and Mila sent a character letter to the judge, um, to him, and now Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis are being called. I forgot what was the term that they were using.
Mm-hmm. I didn't pay attention to this.
I forgot about what it was called. Um, Pedophile protectors, something like that. But yeah.
Enablers.
But yeah, thoughts and prayers. That was it for Not Licks. Not List. Not List is sponsored by Radio Shack for all your good Radio Shack needs. Go check out Radio Shack. All right, Rel. So we haven't done this in a while. So we're gonna talk sneakers real quick, if you don't mind. So today, so today they released the official like a whistle pictures and design for the Devin Booker one, called the Book One. If you guys remember, if you guys are not OG listeners, but if you guys have listened to the pod, we talked about them. We talked about the Devin Booker ones when the leak pictures was on here, and I think all of us killed it, if I remember correctly. I'm pretty sure all of us killed it, but I made mine a caveat. I for sure, because I've obviously I pay attention to sneakers for a long time. I've seen leak pictures of stuff for years, and then seen the official and then liked them. So I always give myself a runway with saying, now if the official pictures come out and I like them, I'm right to change my mind. But yeah, so the official pictures came out and I'm changing my mind. I think the Devin Booker one is hard. I think it's probably the best looking Nike signature sneaker besides the LeBron 21, which if we can get to, we'll get to. But Rel, do you want to talk about what do you think about the Devin Booker one, and then I could talk about some of the details if you want me to.
don't know why the subtlety of the shoe makes it impress me of it, but it's just a subtle shit that impressed me. It fits him, which I could see him wearing because if you know Devin Booker, he's not a flashy dresser like some of these NBA players. He kind of dressed like an old dude from the 80s,
Yep.
wears a lot of khakis and Dickie suits and drives a lot of old school cars.
Yep.
So when I feel like, I don't know, I feel like that kind of ties into the shoe. It's simple, like him, like he's not a flashy NBA player. Like he's really not. When you know him, like this dude, like you would not think that this dude is the best shooting guard in the league. When you see some of the pregame fits he come in, I'm like, dude, this pregame fits. This is important, you know. Pregame fits, you gotta pull it off. And Book come in sometime, be like,
At least he
all
don't
right,
do
Book.
what Giannis do, just come in every different color Nike tech suit.
It's not Giannis, bro. Giannis gonna come in every tech suit. But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I like him. It's subtle, and I just feel like it fits Devin Booker.
So yeah, I agree. So if when you guys get the chance, check out the Devin Booker one. It's not gonna release until 2024. But yeah, it's so the shoe. When before I read this article that I'm gonna read some of the passages and stuff on, the first thing I noticed, obviously that it looks like a Air Force One, which it's inspired by. Now that I'm reading, it says
Or
Devin
SB
Booker's
Dunk.
one and Nike book one is inspired by the Air Force One Blazer, which I see in the Air Jordan One.
Didn't he have an
There's
Air Force One exclusive?
huh?
I think he had an Air Force One exclusive too.
Yes, he had Air Force One exclusive. De'Aaron Fox. I told you these were made for him. When Undefeated released all these colorless shoes, this was before Giannis had a sneaker shoe because they released the green one that was for Giannis. They released this one for Book. What other colorways they had? They had a Laker one obviously for him, and they released another colorway. Devin Booker has been in the line for a signature shoe for a while, to be honest with you. And he's finally got one. Which I want to say, to be honest with you, he might be one of the oldest athletes to ever get a signature sneaker off the, especially for Nike. He's probably not the oldest, period, but he's definitely one of the oldest Nike athletes that has gotten this signature because I think he's 26 at this point.
I think Kobe was pretty late because people forget he didn't have one for a while.
Yeah, Kobe was late as well, but I know Book is one of the latest to ever get a signature sneaker with Nike. But I mean, Kobe had Adidas, so he had a signature sneaker before that. But I get what you're saying. But yeah, I think the Devin Booker one is is really dope. And if I'm keep being completely honest, I think all of the Nike signature athlete shoes are actually really good, except the Greek Freak one. If I'm talking about Nike, I think they've done a really good job with the LeBron 21. I still don't have a 20, but the 20 is really good. I think the 21 is just built on the 20 and it looks really good. They didn't change a whole lot to the silhouette, and I think it's still going to have massive off court appeal. I think I just talked about the Book. If I want to take it to Jordan Brand a little bit, I think all of the Jordan Brand signature sneakers besides the Giannis look great as well. I think the Luka looks great. I think the Jason Tatum looks great.
I think the Tatum looks great.
I think
like
I think they're doing a hell of a job now with how these silhouettes are looking. Speaking one more thing about sneakers. I know we haven't talked about sneakers as much as we have, and that's probably my fault because I've been kind of out of sneakers. But I do think, to me, I wanted to talk about this Terror Squad One, Air Force One that I'm sorry, Fat Joe has been. They released in store last weekend. Fat Joe's been on a run with promos for if you guys follow Fat Joe, he's been gifting certain celebrities and certain people in his life with pairs. I think it's probably been one of the biggest promo runs that of the year. And now they're releasing on Sneakers app this weekend. I think that's hard. For OGs that know the Terror Squad one, I mean the Terror Squad itself ones that was a very very sought out sneaker that Fat Joe was being made by somebody that works at Nike that he has never told. So I think that's hard. But to me, I think the sneaker of the year is coming out this weekend as well. I think the J Balvin 3, the Sunrise joints, is like the best looking sneaker besides the A La Manier fives. I think they're the best looking sneaker that's going to come out this year, and I can't wait for those releases. But all right, speaking about basketball, speaking about hoop, so Rell and I earlier in the week was obviously everybody heard the news. Obviously Team USA lost, and then we got the update from Shams that LeBron is putting together a team of
Thank you, LeBron.
LeBron is putting together a team of the NBA's best to go to Paris in 2024 to represent the United States. The team already has a name, Real, the Revenge Team.
I don't like it.
I like it actually. The team definitely needed to have a name. So it's a team, again, from what Shams is saying, LeBron, KD, Stephen Curry, Draymond Green, Devin Booker, Kyrie Irving. I'm forgetting a name off the top of my head who's already thrown their name in the hat. But so Rell and I decided that we would like to come up with a team of our own to represent who we think would best serve to represent us in Paris.
I got my team. You have yours?
Yeah, I want you to go first though.
Okay. So starting at point guard, I have Steph Curry. I just think that he's been a savior of Steve Kerr's career for most of his NBA career, and that he needs to save him again. So we're gonna start with Steph Curry at the point guard. Then we're gonna go with the King. The man's gonna put this all together. The man's gonna save America. The man who possibly could fix America. The Huxtables.
You said it's
NBA.
starting five.
LeBron James.
How you said LeBron's gonna play 2?
LeBron's gonna be the 3.
Okay.
So Steph at the point, LeBron at the 3.
Yep.
Then we're gonna go Anthony Davis at the 5. Then
so but before you keep going, we're both assuming that we're gonna put Embiid over there because we don't think that's realistic, right?
I only want Embiid to come over here because we got enough talent. Go over there. Go elsewhere, Embiid. So AD at the 5.
Okay.
And then at the 2, I'm going with Austin Reeves. I like the way he played. I like the way Austin Reeves played this. I think he's gonna have a breakout year this year. 18, 5-5. Austin Reeves is at the 2. And at the power forward position, I'm going Kuz. I think Kuz he's a perfect FIBA player, and I just think that if Kuz.
So you just put four Lakers in Steph?
Yeah. I like Kuzma. I like Kuzma to be the 5th. I just think that I don't know why we didn't call him. Kuzma can play the 3-4. He seemed like a be the international player. He put that 5 right there, and then on the bench, you bring Draymond, Mikal, Brunson, Anthony Edwards. Just the
I'm still waiting for you to say Booker.
Oh, he's not. No, I'm cool. Yeah, we got Reeves.
And you haven't said Jason Tatum yet.
I just named my squad. AD, Kuzma, LeBron, Reeves, and Steph Curry. That's the 5 that's going to win it for us.
Oh, my God. He just named all Lakers, at least current and former Lakers, and Stephen Curry. That's who he has to represent us in Paris. Oh my God.
I think that's
all right. So this is my realistic team, and then I have a break in case of glass team. All right. So you ready?
Go ahead.
Stephen Wardell Curry, Devin Booker, the guy that we just talked about his new signature sneaker. Devin Booker.
Reeves, that's tough.
Number 3, Jason freaking Tatum.
St. Louis' very own.
St. Louis' very own. Shout out to Ski. Number 4, LeBron freaking James. And number 5, this was tough. In a perfect world, I would love AD to go, but the world ain't perfect. I think we got to send D12, man. Dwight, Superman, one time Superman. He might be Kal-El at this point. Dwight, Kal-El. Dwight, Kal-El, Howard. He might have to go, man. He might have to go. Just to bang. We just need him to roll and catch lives. We're not checking for anything else. And then obviously fill the bench wherever you want. Keep Trae Young away from this team. I don't care what he talking about. Trae, you want to play for you waiting for the Olympic call? You better wait until Steph retire, Bron gone, KD gone, Dre gone.
Trae better tap into his origins. Trae got to tap into his origins.
You better go to your ancestry
and do like
and
Carl
figure out what other team he better go to his ancestry and figure out what other team you can go play for.
Yeah. Carl Towns seen the bigs and was like, I'm Dominican, nigga. Like, I'm not gonna be the one to get killed for this.
Trae, you're a great player, and that Lakers shit, get the fuck out of here. Trae, you're a great player. In my mind, I've watched you just give up on screens in the NBA game. You think you're gonna bring that defense?
You're gonna but you kill him on that all the time. But he played his ass off in that Boston series. You got to give him some fucking credit for that.
I see him
like you kill him all the time.
I kill him on fight over screens. I kill him over fighting over screens. Yes,
but you're not translating the type of player he could be in a FIBA setting because he has a FIBA game. He's loose with the ball. He's flashy. He shoots threes. That's the FIBA game. Threes. Ball over there. That's half the issue is the fact that Serbia can shoot the fucking lights out, and we don't have guys over there that are confident. Mikel's a streak shooter. He's not a confident shooter. He's a streak shooter. You know what the difference is. I'm a streak shooter. I'm not a confident shooter. I'm a streak shooter. When it's there, it's hot. But when it's off, boy.
You can name all point guards before I want Trae Young to go. I want Kyrie to go. To be honest,
no, he's too crazy. No, we're not sending Kyrie over there. We're not having him represent America. We are not.
Kyrie can go. I'll take Fox over him. I'll take Donovan over him.
No, I wouldn't take Donovan over Trae. You fucking crazy.
I would.
You crazy.
Me.
You crazy. If you take Donovan, not take Donovan over now.
I'm saying me.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
All right, so this is
Trae Young is 26-10, and we just piss on it because he's bad on defense when everybody's fucking bad on defense. Like he's on a bad team.
I'm just
26-10. He's 26-10.
Bro, I'm with you. I don't hate him as much as you think I hate him. I think he's
and great. You don't think about the fact that how his game could translate to overseas. Like, I don't know if Fox is enough of a shooter to play overseas. He's enough of an athlete right now to play overseas because he can go by everybody.
Tell him to go play with Rondé Hollis Jefferson, Jordan,
but look at how Tyrese Halliburton played over there when you can't really shoot. They'll play you to it. It's a different kind of game over there. You're not thinking about the international game. International game is more free flowing, more threes. You're thinking about the NBA game over there. No, think about how this player will play.
Why can't we disagree and disagree with this one?
Because I see how you're. No. Because what I'm saying is you're looking at it from the perspective of this player sucks in NBA and he won't translate.
I don't think he said. When did I say he sucks?
But you're not hope. Okay. You didn't say he sucks. We said you don't like his game in NBA, so you don't think he'll translate well to FIBA or international play. What I'm saying is you have to look at the player as an individual and look how the FIBA game is and see that this player could possibly translate. You laughed at my squad. My squad will win the gold medal because everybody can shoot threes and there's no center. It's the epitome of small.
Anthony Davis can shoot threes? What year is this?
No, but I mean Steph, okay, but I mean we don't have to shoot threes this year. We got the wood for all that. So watch your mouth. But I'm just saying on the team, Bron.
How did we end up talking about the Lakers? We're talking about Team USA.
I mean, on Anthony Davis on this team, we got Bron, Kuzma, Steph, Reed on my team. My team is better.
All right, can I say my break before in case of glass team, please?
Good.
I'm gonna call this player Captain America, and I think we just in this setting. And honestly, this is the way he can. This is his road to redemption. I think he is the perfect international player. I feel like if we send him over there to lead us, we for sure will have that dog in us. And if we can send this player And honestly, we just send shooting and defense. I think I swear to you, I think we'll have a chance. You before I say this player's name, do you think you know who I'm talking about?
Jimmy Butler,
No, close though. I
Bam.
promise you, and I'm not joking. But this is my breaking case of glass team. Captain America. I think we could send Russell Westbrook in a bunch of shooting and defense, and I think we'd be all right.
No, no,
I think
no.
we'd be okay.
Go ahead, change subject.
I think if we send Captain America Russell Westbrook and a player like Mikal Bridges who can shoot and play D, and a center, he's old, but a center like Brook Lopez, I don't know who, Devin Booker, who will probably be the best player on the team, Jason Tatum. If we wanted to just send Russell Westbrook and Book and Jason Tatum over there, I think we would be fine. I don't know, insert center that we need in that scenario, but I think we would be fine. And I'm calling Russell Westbrook Captain America because I promise you, I think that would work. And I'm not just saying that. I'm not just joking with that. I promise you, I think that. Captain America, Russ. All right, we can get out here on this. So obviously, yesterday the WNBA playoffs started with two blowouts. Connecticut beat on, I believe it was who they beat on, the Mystic. I don't even remember who they played. Bad job by me.
The Liberty. Who you talking about?
Oh, I didn't. Liberty plays tomorrow.
The Aces. The Aces played the Sky.
I didn't say the Aces. See, you didn't even hear what I said. I said Connecticut. Oh, the Lynx. They beat on the Lynx yesterday.
Who do the Wings play? Who do the Wings play right now? Because that's the upset series. If Vegas fuck around, if the Wings can get to the next round and they can play the Aces in the next round, I'm telling you, all bets off on that one. All bets are off because the Wings play the Aces well. I'm telling you now, watch out.
Okay. Aces got number 1 seed. Liberty got number 2 seed. Obviously, it's going to be the Clash of Titans. Everybody's expecting the Aces and the Liberty to match up in the WNBA Finals. We'll see. I honestly think Connecticut can beat the Liberty in a series, so we'll see how that goes. They're going to be on the collision course, so I cannot wait. Rell has taken upon himself to put money on the New York Liberty to beat the Las Vegas Aces in the finals, right? That's what you picked. You just picked them to win it all.
No, the Liberty gonna win championship because the Aces are not. They're just not in championship mode. You know, they have several bad losses on this year. They lost to Liberty twice. They've lost to the Mystics. They've lost to the Sparks at home. It's just been an up and down season. I really haven't been really impressed with them. No Candace Parker. We don't know when she's coming back. Then the Aces have 3 or 4 players that are just out there for cardio. So I don't know how the Aces are going to get production out of these 3 players can play all the time. So really, Aces only have 5 players without Candace. Candace makes 6. The Liberty are better. Hit the Liberty plus 100 to win the championship. Liberty are going to win the championship this year. Shout out to Sabrina.
Sabrina shoe. That was the other shoe I was thinking about. Sabrina shoe was hard too. That was the other shoe I was talking about when I was thinking about.
This is Sabrina. Everybody over there.
The
Liberty. They're doing a thing this year. They're the best team. The Liberty deserve the championship. They're gonna get this year.
Aces are trying to do something that hasn't happened since 01. The 01-02 Sparks would go back-to-back champions. So we shall see. Their next game is, I know the Liberty play tomorrow against the Mystics, which
I think the Aces play Sunday.
And you are right. The Aces play Sunday on ABC. So that'll be interesting to see. Can't wait.
I'll be in the house.
Can't wait to watch. I'll be watching football, watching bets. But yeah, thank you. I was gonna talk about we won't talk about it. For those who aren't watching the show, Ahsoka, awesome series. It's basically Rebels season 4. Check it out if you haven't watched Rebels. But awesome series, especially the last episode 5.
That's
Thank you
one.
for guys. Thank you for listening. We appreciate you guys. Don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. Helps the pod grow. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Threads. We have a Threads account over there. You know what I enjoy? I enjoy that nobody calls Twitter Twitter still. By the way, I mean I enjoy that we still call Twitter Twitter. I love that together we've just not acknowledged that Elon Musk has changed it to X, and we've just said it's still Twitter. I've been I'm happy that we've all just agreed to still continue to call it Twitter. By the way, but yeah, Pharrell, I'm Kev. We're those millennials, and we're out.